Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Wire series. This is episode 8 of season 3 and it is called Moral Midgetry. Last episode, lots of shit was set up. We got to see Stringer getting told from Darnett that Avon's sister is gonna go listen to what McNulty has to say about D'Angelo's death. Stringer lost his temper with her, which I thought she should have been suspicious about, but she didn't seem to be. And then he went and spoke to Levy about it as well. Levy again didn't show any signs of knowing one way or another what he thought about what Stringer was doing, but Levy's the type of dude to maybe understand what went on there, I imagine. And also told Stringer, like, you have to say to Avon, and Stringer said he was going to. So maybe this episode we're about to see will get that scene of Stringer telling Avon that D'Angelo was maybe a suicide. And I think of everyone, Avon, if Avon hears this, he will be smart enough to deduce that it was Stringer. We also saw Cutty going back to the church and going back to his landscaping job and keeping things on the straight and narrow. It is so setting it up for it to end badly with Cutty, and I really hope it doesn't. I know I keep saying it, but you know how I got that spider sense that Frank was gonna die? Cutty is this season's Frank, and please don't kill him. I forgot to mention it in my reaction at the end of the last episode. They were painting Amsterdam as a complete hellscape at night, but then we saw that scene of Bubbles in the doorway and Johnny indecipherably talking at the doorway and trying to bring him in, and he walked away from the doorway. And I hope that's symbolic of a larger change Bubbles is going to make. I hope he tries to straighten out again. For the life of me, I hope Bubbles tries to fucking go straight, because I'm rooting for Bubbles as well. Another thing I forgot to mention was that Kima is just being a habitual shit girlfriend at this point. Showed up drunk and like said a bunch of dumb bullshit like I miss us. Well yeah, that's something you have to plan for before you have a kid, because things are not the same afterwards. But yeah, you discuss these things with your partner before you have the child, and they did discuss it. If Kima didn't have a lot to say about it, that's her own fault. It's a huge decision and requires your input for both people to understand where they stand at. You can't after the fact be butthurt because things are different and wish they were going back to the way they were. It's a really ignorant way of approaching that situation. And then there was the street beef between Marlo and Avon heating up, with Avon trying to get back those corners while Marlo was leaving them unoccupied, and then Marlo just sending a quick drive-by round and taking out one of Poot's security, essentially. Avon might not have muscle, but he's got money. He needs to turn that money into muscle quick and come back at Marlo, otherwise things will only get worse for Avon with Marlo. Marlo he's just like an old school warlord. He's a Genghis Khan, yeah? He's coming for your territory if you're weak. He will besiege, conquer and acquire anything that wilts to the pressure he applies to it. If Avon was smart, he would tidal wave that shit before it even became a problem. So, without further ado, this is episode 8 from season 3, Moral Midgetry. Let's check this shit out and see what it's saying to it.
She'd have been out. Put some ice on his nuts. Tried and true. That shit always bring a nigga back.
We gonna get ice from down here.
That's quite a interesting difference in openings, because last episode we opened on Amsterdam at night. It was like a hell, but it's a nice bright new day today in Amsterdam.
15 on the dollar. Y'all want some slamming ice? Go inside. Tell my man Rafik sent you.
I wonder if that's fake ice, or they're literally just robbing people for their chains and watches and shit and then reselling them. There's probably a lot to be robbed in this area as well, do you know what I'm saying?
Ask me if it's loaded, bitch.
Oh wow. Holy shit, there's a fucking little op going on inside there with some fucking gang. I don't know if it's fiends or robbers. Oh shit, Carver spotted it.
It's more inside, Carv. God damn! Can't you ever get a fucking police round in when you need one?
Guy makes a fair fucking point, to be honest. I mean, they were literally getting bundled into a house, fucking bound and gagged, and getting their stashes robbed and their money robbed. Of all the points made by the residents of Amsterdam, that guy definitely made the best one so far. You will hear me intermediately call it Amsterdam and Hamsterdam, both to give respect to the term used by the major to describe it, and the term used by the people within it itself as what they call it, because both are important.
Buddy's Mondo Mart at 1440 Propane Road, Falls Church, Virginia. That's where it went out into the street.
Ah, so they figured out the Mondo Mart as the spot where they're buying the phones. I wonder if they're planning on staking out the Mondo Mart. Will that be their next move?
One number that tracks to Bodie's grandmother's house on West Baltimore Street, and 6 other numbers that are all assigned to track disposable cell phones. And those phones were all purchased outside the city.
To track disposable cell phones? The plot thickens. Who the fuck would be using that? Is that so Stringer can actively track everybody using one of his burners?
They're driving 200 miles every couple of weeks out of sheer caution.
It's beautiful.
The discipline of it.
As a man who makes miniature cupboards and wardrobes, Lester can appreciate that.
No whistles, no muscle, no flex. Supposed to be all over that shit, man. He even said it's supposed to be like the valet eating.
You serve and protect.
I'm loving these drug dealers breaking the police's balls for their fucking insufficiency.
They're dumping phones every 2 weeks or so, and still they're worried about catching a wiretap. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean someone's not out to get you, right?
Now I understand why they were showing us that couple for so long in the last episodes. It's obviously because that's the dude bringing in the burners, and that's a guy they're going to get their hands on.
They do have a point though, right? I mean, we tell them to come down here without the guns, and then we fall down on providing protection.
Yeah, but they do have a point, do you know what I'm saying? If they want to reduce violence, they have to keep track of the violence within that place. If the dealers are getting robbed, that, like, destroys the structure that they've created.
We got 50, 60 kids on the inside. Been fight or flight since they popped out the chute, and right now they just thumb up their ass hanging. All these ex-runners, ex-lookouts.
That's a good point. All the people that used to be lookouts and corner boys, now they're like unemployed essentially, so it's reduced jobs within the industry of drug dealing.
Kill 2 birds and all that.
Right. Throw them some bikes, maybe police radios.
You know, we could do that.
I was being...
That's not a bad idea. That's a great compromise. Give the corner boys new jobs looking out for people trying to rob or disrupt the structure.
Unless there's an incident, we reuse those videotapes every week.
Every week?
It's Mondo Mart policy.
That went well.
Good old Mondo Mart policy.
You get a number?
I heard D'Angelo's Barksdale's mother there. Ah, fuck, I cannot wait for him to tell her the truth.
Until we get here. Baba Johnny Food Mart, Dumfries, Virginia.
We're gonna go 100 miles on the off chance this guy has a memory or a camera.
Hey, we get a wee road trip to Virginia.
Motherfucker Marlowe. We gonna have to get deep on this nigga.
I was waiting for Avon to fucking take a hard stance on this shit. Shit is on now.
We got both the plumbing and the electrical inspectors on for tomorrow. Tuesday, the fire department's coming out, and that should do it, Strain. You'll be on your way.
Clay Davis is so full of shit.
You are now minority contractor for light bulb supply to the Board of Education, City of Baltimore.
Oh my god, Clay Davis is trying to bring him into politics slowly by the sounds of things. That is dangerous.
Year 3, then we go for the gold. Then we go federal. Then we see the man with his hand on the faucet.
He's just wanting another handout. 100% this is all just leading to him needing more money.
And the eyes, he had little beanie eyes.
What the fuck is beanie eyes?
You know, little red eyes.
Is this report gonna lead to the higher-ups in the division learning about Amsterdam finally?
Make his ears stick out.
Why?
Because I told you to. Oh shit, okay. Give him light eyes.
They know how to use this technology more maturely and efficiently than the actual cop. Give them the fucking jobs.
Where's your drinking water? Where's your toilets? Your heat? Your electricity? Where's the needle truck?
He is making a very good point as well. It's such a fucking grey area, all of this. It's like there is no real resolution to it. There's only worse scenarios and better scenarios.
Make it long with bangs.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now Chinese up them eyes like Beyonce.
I feel like Huck and Carver are going to want to hire these guys soon.
Yo, you got one of these dust asses?
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
I love the fact they found some common ground with Huck and your creator female.
Got some kind of transaction record?
So it was worth their little trip out to Virginia after all. That could have been a completely wasted venture there.
Can we have the tape for that day?
No tape.
I rewind every day.
Every day. That's even worse than the Mondo Mark policy, mate. You need to get yourself one of them week-long tapes.
What if I told you that there's a certain liberation, not in command or in self-control, but in surrendering?
I do like this old character though, he seems quite wise.
Gentlemen, if I look through the Western incident reports, am I likely to find less crime or more incidents which have been downgraded or unfounded? Because this kind of variation screams manipulation.
He's going at them again so badly just because he never got his way with them last time.
How are we fixed for witness assistance? Does the department have sufficient funds to ensure pre-trial security?
Here he goes with his witness thing.
What is this city willing to pay to make it possible for ordinary people to come down to the courthouse and perform the civic duty of bearing witness against gangsters?
Is he giving him the layoff back? I would love that.
You can play the good soldier if you want, Commissioner.
Alright, it's not a layoff. He's thinking, why did you tell me to shut up about this and now you're doing it?
I would only like to add that I feel as my colleague does, that this administration has failed this community miserably. I mean, we need to do something about this.
They've both got their own little mayor agendas in that scene.
Man, you got him. Y'all are friends. You're like brothers. You lose that, you lose every damn thing.
I like that guy's advice. He seems cool.
Kids messed up the drizzle. Now they got one that looks like the original Peach basket. And they're hanging on to it like a tit.
Gotta love those makeshift basketball hoops though.
Boxer.
Yeah. Boxing. I know a place where some of the kids go, but it ain't near close enough to here.
Oh, what? Cutty giving boxing classes in Amsterdam. That would be fucking amazing.
The deacon thinks that maybe some people should come in here and take over the situation. You that people? One of them, maybe. Roman, man.
Oh, that's cool. I would love it if Cutty sets up like a boxing gym in Amsterdam and gets some of the more rougher kids disciplined through a cool form of martial arts.
It's not just facts, it's how you use them. And Tommy, when you get hold of a fact or two, you go smartass and start beating on people.
She's making a very good point.
You liked those guys. You were happy to think that they even liked you.
You're saying I'm not likable?
You'll not be likable by those fucking police.
You're smart. And you're ambitious, and you've got a sharper tongue than most.
Oh, he's loving this.
If you want to be mayor, or senator, or governor one day,
show him something more.
It's good advice, to be honest. They should try and approach it from a more chilled, friendly angle, rather than straight aggression to the problems.
Guess who's running the show? Who? Who do you think?
It's McNulty talking to some Virginia PD guy.
God have mercy on any poor white boy going to trial. That's when everybody's got their ass in the air talking about justice. Can't wait to throw away the key.
Is he appealing to their racism?
They're not all so bad. Actually, it's a lot of good.
I'm on the radio if you need me.
McNulty, you fucking prick.
You know, you should meet my partner. You'd like her.
Oh, wow. Talk about putting your fucking foot in your mouth. Jesus Christ, bro.
Cocksucker was somebody's child, right? So I'm thinking somewhere down in them records is one or two names of Omar's people. You feel me?
You sure you want us on Marlon or Omar both?
That's a good point, like, he's spreading himself quite thin here without muscle, going after two names. It's a nice day's hold out.
Wasn't ready for us, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Old Prop Joe took a loss today.
That surveillance tape's so grainy now, it's like watching a herd of buffalo in a snowstorm. But my insurance man, Bob, got him to turn this camera here right on Baba's parking lot.
Oh shit, second camera.
Your partner there. Bit of an asshole. For real.
Can't even argue the fucking point at this stage. McNulty is being a douche this season. So's Kima. This is a dope little boxing gym. Is this the one that's far away from Amsterdam though?
It's wrong, and it's wrong. Like the other way was right, because we were doing so well.
And Colvin's answer is what?
So they're all just hanging about, talking shit about Coleman now, or they're divided amongst opinion on this situation.
The man is trying something. It may be hard to stomach, but it's working. After 30 years, don't you think he's earned the right to some elbow room on this?
I agree with Carver.
When we do decide to jump on Amsterdam's, they're just gonna go back to their regular corners, right?
That is the problem though. His long-term plan is to, like, pounce on them all once they get comfortable. And it will just lead to, like, things going back to normal. Coleman isn't even thinking that far ahead because he's collecting his 30-year pension in 6 months and he's gone. So he's trying a thing for 6 months and then he's gone.
Just tell her I was on the road working on extradition. Lots of extraditions. Brought back something like 500 fugitives in the 3-year period, I think.
Oh my god. Fucking shame on you, McNulty. 500.
Ate some shit and she took me back, yeah. I ain't sure I even want to be back, though.
Kima needs to fucking sort her head out for the benefit of everyone else in her life.
Ain't even got a quarter box for magic fingers.
Maybe you don't need a quarter box for that.
Is McNulty gonna try and fuck Kima? It wouldn't surprise me.
Charging food or tuition free?
Tuition will come back to him tenfold in a quiet visit. Besides, nothing in the world is more expensive than free.
True, the guy was a good shot. He'll make a lot of money through his pool skills.
We need to talk some more about Amsterdam.
Look, man, I never said it was pretty.
Pretty doesn't even come close to the problem.
I see both people's sides of this argument, you know. The statistics speak for themselves. Surely any reduction in crime which is not a faked or, you know, micromanaged to look better statistic is a genuinely good thing.
When I first met that fat man, he had an office so small you had to leave the room to change your mind. And 2 years ago, he started running with your man, Clay Davis.
So that's probably making Stringer think twice about this 3-year thing Clay was talking to him about.
FBI in on this?
Oh, I am only loved for my toys. Lester called, and I delivered.
I kinda like this FBI agent. He was cool in season 2. We saw a lot of him. It was also his fault that Frank was murdered amongst other things, but we'll let that pass for just now.
Can anybody stop him? Please don't hurt us, please. My eyes! It's so big and clear and bright.
Presbeluski's loving this shit. Oh, thank God Presbeluski had some character progression. He was such an idiot the first few episodes of season 1 and now he's a bit of a G.
And when I say I'm ready, you best believe it.
When Clay Davis leans back and does that gesture with his hands, leave the room. It's like a spider who's just saw a fly get caught in its web.
Now you're gonna shove the numbers right up my ass? It's kind of pouty of you, isn't it?
12%. I didn't cook him then, I ain't cooking him now.
Wow, I wonder what Rawls is gonna think. He's gonna have to tell him what he's doing.
Pull all your CC numbers. Make sure there's not a decimal point missing between the 1 and the 2.
Pull everything, deputy. That number will stand.
So he's not telling him what he's doing still. That's interesting. Surely Rawls is going to be really confused and want to know exactly what's going on.
D'Angelo hung himself.
Not with the belt they found around his neck. Not at that distance between the doorknob and the floor.
Fuck, she's not going to like hearing this.
Nobody would have dared. Unless...
Avon and Dee was family.
So he's thinking it was Avon. Fuck.
Somebody's going after you. He's got a beef. Sees red. They use a shank. It's quick and it's over. D'Angelo was strangled.
Very true. She doesn't need to be seeing that shit.
Whoever killed him wanted to pass it off as a suicide, and the cops are happy enough to have one less murder to investigate.
That's so fucked up she has to look down at those pictures.
At the end, D'Angelo was this close to flipping, giving up everybody, everything. But you know all that, right? You were the one who went down that detention center and talked your son out of a deal.
She did do that. Ah, fuck. She's gonna feel so bad for that now as well.
Why go to her? Why not come to me first?
Honestly? I was looking for somebody who cared about the kid.
Fucking hell. Oh, that is a rough scene. That's deep, man. I wonder what she'll make of all of this in her head.
Believe this? No muscle. It's all out in the open.
Oh no, Omar has made it to Amsterdam.
Boy, they probably got police behind every one of them row house windows. Hit this? You must be tripping. Home, James.
Good decision by Omar. That's why he's the leader. Marlo keeping it so low-key as always. She's eyeing him hard. She must know who he is.
Be here with them and no one else.
I said that. You wanna dance?
Marlo, always on the watch, before he knows he can relax.
What do you do?
Yeah, he does that. Straight to the point, Marlowe is, in all aspects of his life. Warfare, selling drugs, fucking, takes the same approach.
Purpose, life. It's like a 5-acre petri dish.
You get in there now, you can run every health program or social program you want.
Like, that would be good if they could get stuff like that there. I'm really skeptical as to any of that would get brought to Amsterdam, though. I couldn't see them setting up health clinics and stuff internally. It would cost the city too much money.
We hook up tomorrow. I got something real nice to think about in that long-ass bus ride.
This sounds like it's some kind of setup. Also, if it was a setup, will Marlowe be wise to it? So far, like, Marlowe has been wise to almost everything.
So what, we jack her and make her talk?
Fool, she probably got no clue where he lay his head.
I mean, we sit and we wait, right?
Thank fuck, at least they're not going to do anything to his grandmother.
But I don't know him. Why should I talk to him?
Because Russell's a good man. And he's ready to run.
So that's Clay straight away trying to get him into the fold. I don't understand who he's trying to introduce him to here, but this guy does not want to have any of it.
You're in.
That's the faucet?
Shit, as far as the federal money's concerned, he's everything.
How much of this is true? Has Stringer truly just got on the inside crowd or something, or is Clay David just talking shit to get more money out of him in some way? Because that guy did not seem like he was in.
You're gonna need a little help with the cleanup. I'll piece that together.
Cut is gonna get his own boxing gym. That is gonna be fucking amazing.
Am I likely to find less crime or more incidents that have been downgraded or unfounded?
Would this be Tommy watching himself back by any chance? Of fucking course it is.
Use open, warm phrases. Nothing sharp, nothing that bites.
Where's the fun in that?
Do you want this?
Literally getting coached to become mayor. This is such a good point that doesn't get spoken about with politicians enough. A lot of them are literally coached in speech and mannerisms, and it all seems so fake. They are literally getting acting training, essentially.
5 me 5. I don't truck CP time. 5 and change, I'm gone.
I ain't gonna be late.
Alright then.
Get a feeling he knows this is a setup as well.
Might be walking into something a little later. So I'm gonna need for you to go up there, give me a read up front.
Yeah, I thought Marlowe knew this might be a setup.
I need to get with him.
Well, he ain't on the cell phone. As soon as I speak to him, I'll get it to you, all right?
Stringer does not want her talking to Avon about this shit.
This fucking cop. He trying to drive a wedge up in here, man. You can't see it.
Is she gonna buy this shit, or is she gonna see right through it and realise it might be Stringer?
Cops shouldn't mess with a mother's pain like that.
No one should.
Oh fuck, I don't think she trusts anything Stringer said there. And as if he has the power to keep his sister separated from her own brother, she should straight away be like, what the fuck are you doing? It's my brother, mate. I want to speak to my brother. Who the fuck are you?
This clown ass nigga went and got 4 sandwiches and 4 sodas, man. You heard me?
Cool.
Yeah, they know some shit's up. Just tell straight away she was a bit of a plant. Just the way she had direct eyes for Marlowe. She 100% was there for him.
Oh, wait. Just pass these out for me, okay?
Oh, they are trying to set up a health service there. See, that's fucking dope. I just didn't think that they would be able to get the funds allocated to do that. If they can get the funds, they should have all that shit there.
Go by them slow.
Oh shit, Avon's gonna lose even more guys, man. Marlowe is prepared. Is that Avon? Who the fuck is in the back of this car? Was that Avon that just got fucking hit in that car?
Now your man better be as good as his word. Or your word.
I fucking knew Clay Davis wanted another big bag of money.
Avon's been hit in the shoulder. Tater got killed.
Oh fuck! It was! Nah. Tell me Avon's alright.
You put them pit bull style stitches in me, the next patient gonna be you.
For real.
Okay, cool. Avon's alright.
We finna get back to old times, baby.
It is fucking war now. Like they say, you take a shot at the king, you best not miss.
Where you at?
First floor, 1034 North Mount, sir.
Good.
That was a very nice way of letting him know not to fuck about like that down at Amsterdam.
You know, I knew I forgot something. We the Trump brothers.
Man, you don't get this shit up, we're gonna turn everything we built to shit.
Avon hates this shit.
I see a man without a country. Not hard enough for this right here. And maybe, just maybe, not smart enough for them out there.
I'm fucking loving Avon saying this shit to Stringer.
Because I think, before I snatch a life, I ain't in this bullshit.
Snatch a life? What life you snatch, huh?
Wow, Avon is on him right now.
Man stoking a head saying that D'Angelo's death is no suicide.
Oh my god.
Man ain't wrong about that.
What?
You gotta tell Avon you did this shit.
You couldn't do it. Brianna wouldn't do that shit.
Oh my god.
But there you go, a life that had to be snatched, Avon.
Stringer, you fucking cunt. I hope Avon kills you, mate.
Yo, man, I took that shit off you, put it on me, man, because that motherfucker was out of pocket with that shit.
Fucking hell, this is so tense. I'm sorry I'm not saying much.
Take that shit somewhere else, nigga. That motherfucker would have taken down the whole fucking show starting with you, killer.
I cannot believe this shit. I can't believe Stringer got the better at Avon physically as well. I think that's because he's weak, because I know Avon's a good fighter. I never thought Stringer would reveal this to Avon like this. This is absolutely shocking to me just now. Lost for words. I mean, surely this has got to be the end of Avon and Stringer's relationship. Wow. What great cinematography there at the end as well. Okay, and that was episode 8 of season 3 of The Wire, Moral Midgetry, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Moral Midgetry, what did I think of that? I'm going to try my hardest to remember all the episode leading up to the end, but it's like when Kima got shot, you know when something fucking shocking happens and then just the fucking rest of the episode just falls out your head because all you can think about is what you've just seen. Like that last scene did that to me. So let me just try and think for a moment before I go into that last scene. So the first subplot of the episode, I was curious as to why we were focusing on this couple last episode who were buying the burners, but obviously it made sense this episode because now that's who they were trying to tail and trace and get any sort of information on. They seemed to be failing at every turn until they got the camera footage of the registration number. So now they've got a registration for the car. I'm assuming next episode they're going to get on the case of that couple. We also saw, I mean, I wouldn't say it's an ascent into politics, but we definitely saw Stringer get deeper into the pockets of Clay Davis this episode. Clay Davis just cannot get that grin off his face getting these briefcases of money from Stringer Bell. I mean, I hope it actually leads somewhere and he's not just fleecing the dude for his drug money. It would not surprise me in the slightest if that's what he was doing. And we saw Avon's sister, is it Brianna, finally find out that from McNulty directly that D'Angelo was in fact killed and not murdered. She took it about as well as you would expect. And then we got that scene where she was trying to get direct contact with Avon through Stringer and Stringer literally blocked her access, which was pretty fucked up. I wonder what she'll be thinking of all this just now as well. I don't know where this story goes from here. And Cutty is opening a little boxing gym inside Amsterdam. I think that's fucking incredible, and hopefully it reduces the violence rates inside the actual place as well, because you're giving people a healthy outlet for their aggression and shit like that. So I hope that really works out well for Cutty. Like I said, my spider senses are still somewhat telling me that later on he's going to get clipped because of him pulling a pistol on the bucket hat guy and not firing. But hopefully I'm wrong and they do something different, because I'd love to see him just like himself help reduce the crime rate through his boxing training. That would be fucking incredible. Also, the major that's in charge of trying this Amsterdam shit gave his first set of statistics to Rawls, and there was a 12% reduction And Rawls was like, you know, you've doctored these statistics, and he was like, nope, my stats will stand. I would really be interested as to Rawls's overall reaction as to what he's done there. Surely this will make Rawls want to know deeper as to how the fuck he has managed to accomplish this, you would think, but maybe Rawls just looks at the paper and is like, oi, if the stats don't lie, boom, I will take it. But all that out of the way, holy shit, what an ending scene. Just when I thought Stringer was like trying to stop this information getting to Avon, I guess when Brianna came to him, he knew that it was inevitable that Avon was going to get told the truth. So he took it upon himself to do it. And I just can't believe how that scene went. Like, at the end of the day, Avon's the Don. And Stringer just like physically threw him to the ground, fucking leaned on him and shouted in his face. How's Avon gonna react to that when he heals? He'd just been shot as well. In fact, that just reminded me, let me go back before I go back to that. This woman who was obviously a plant, Marlowe got wise to it, fired the shot in the Jeep, and cause Avon's so low on muscle, he was in the fucking car himself and took some of the shot in his chest. So Avon was weak in that scene. I mean, unless Stringer was also a boxer, I refuse to see how he would have gotten the better of Avon in a fight if Avon hadn't have been injured, but maybe Stringer has like a boxing background as well. Maybe they all met in the boxing gym, like they've all done boxing. Regardless, just shocking to see him like physically manhandle his boss essentially like that, and just try and scream into his face about what he did. I still think, now I know that there's people divided who are Wire fans about this, I still think he was in the wrong for having D'Angelo killed. Was D'Angelo distancing himself from Avon? Absolutely. Did he give any sign after he made his decision to start doing the time that he was ever going to flip well during it? Absolutely not. So I still think that was Avon's call to make and a fucked up thing for Stringer to do on his behalf, and the fact he's just dropped that bomb on Avon. You know what? I mean, at this point, if in the next episode, Avon's whole response to this is like, you know what, thinking about it, you did what needed to be done, it's cool, we're cool. He just looks so weak. I mean, if he takes that stance, that will make Stringer feel so emboldened. I don't think we'll ever see Avon take the stance of a boss again. I hope Avon reacts like that's the end of their relationship kind of thing. But I worry for Avon's future now because he is so weak on muscle and backup and shit. It's kind of looking bleak for Avon just now, to be honest. His world seems to be crumbling around him. He's just found out his nephew was murdered. Stringer's just did that to him. Marlowe shot him. Fucking everything is going wrong for Avon just now. What would you do if you were Avon and that had just happened to you? What I would do if I was Avon and that had just happened to me is kill Stringer Bell. 100% kill him. I'd shoot him 20 times in the fucking head. If Avon does anything less than that, I can't see this story ending well for Avon Barksdale. It's starting to look bad for him. And I low-key root for Avon, so here's hoping he fucking figures a way out of this shit. If you want to see Avon find a way out of this, click like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, just comment down below, and share this video around to anybody you think might appreciate it or want to watch this series along with us. My Patreon link is in the description. If you become a patron, you get exclusive polls and posts. You get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance. So I'm probably about episode 8 of season 4 just now over on Patreon, or episode 7 maybe. And you also get access to full length versions of everything I react to. So you just sync up your copy of The Wire with my reaction and bang, we're watching The Wire chilling. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and the channel out so much. And until next time, I have been BA, peace.